Okay, a while back I showed you where I started to use the copper foil tape for lighting my buildings. I'm going to show you in this video how I use this stuff. First thing is after you determine where your buildings are going to be setting, I'll go ahead and slide them back. And what you want to do is mark a spot where you're going to set your lighting. Put a little dot for each. Once you get that set, move these on out of the way. And you want to cut 2 strips of your copper foil so that they're just a little bit shorter than the 2 buildings, so you don't have anything sticking out. Once you get that, you're ready to peel the backing off, and we'll apply it to the board. Okay, once you get your tape applied, we still need to drill a small hole for our power feed wire. And in this case here, I've got one narrow building, one wide. So I'm going to set my feed wire within the wide building to make sure there's enough room. I'm not going to hit the wiring. So we'll go ahead and drill one hole for the power feed. If my battery holds up here. Okay, clean that up and ready for the next step. Okay, while I got my soldering gun warming up, I'll take a little bit of flux and I'll put a little dot where my solder and bulbs are going to go. And what we're going to do is take our soldering gun and we'll put a little dot of solder in those spots. This will be where we connect our bulbs. It won't take a whole lot, just get a little bit on there. And this will give us our solder point for the lighting and the power. Now where I drilled my hole, I'll run a feed wire. Ammo. Now this feed wire, I've already pre-tinned the wire. The wire takes a little bit of heat to get the solder to flow, and I don't want a whole lot of heat on my copper foil. Just heat that up, let it cool. both sides down. You have to push and wiggle a little bit. Or maybe a little more. Yeah. You want to try to minimize some of the heat to the foil. There is an adhesive. We don't want to melt it off. Now in my case I'm using LEDs. I pre-bent the feet so they'll match up. And on the LED they don't like heat, so use a pair of pliers and they'll act as a heat sink. Apply heat with your soldering iron. Hold that for a moment, make sure the heat's out of it. Come over to the other side. Heat that leg up, let it cool. One nice thing about the LEDs, they don't use a whole lot of power. They don't generate much of any heat. There we go. And the LEDs have a positive and a negative to them. The positives on most of them are indicated by slightly longer leg than the negative. Negative is usually short, positive is a little longer lead. So at this point, check our connections. We seem to be tight, so at this point, ready to power them up. That's how I use the copper foil. Once you get done, it wouldn't hurt to take a little bit of alcohol, clean some of the excess flux off of there. Make sure there's nothing to corrode or give you any problems later.